Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another video in the Banner Saga. And in this video, we're doing a walkthrough, an achievement guide for the Master Tactician achievement here in the Banner Saga 1. And this is, if you've been watching the playthrough up until now, one of the big goals that you have to build towards with your whole run in mind to get this done in your one hard mode playthrough. And so what you need to do in order to complete this achievement is you have to compete in and win a training battle, a practice battle with your full squad at level 5. So that's 6 characters that have to be all the way to the max level for the first game, level 5. You go into a training mission, which you can access from your camp. And then if you win with those characters selected, you will unlock the achievement. The hardest part of this achievement is getting that squad ready. The renown is hard to come by. It's a lot that you need to invest into your characters to get those final couple of levels. Going from 3 to 4 is expensive. Going from 4 to 5 is even more expensive. And you need to do that with 3 different characters in this one caravan, plus a couple of others. So if you can assemble the team, you have to do this before you reach Chapter 7, before you reach Boersgard, the last city, because when you get there, you lose the option to participate in these training missions. So if you can assemble the team, the battle itself is less of a hurdle. It's challenging, it's a tough fight, but there's no penalty for losing. If you go in and you screw up your first turn, back out and come back in again. The map can regenerate randomly, so the number of enemies, the type of enemies, where they're positioned, that can change from battle to battle, so you don't quite get to cheat code it where you can go in and say, oh, here's the setup and I know how to beat that and I'll engineer my team to counter it. It doesn't quite work that way because the battles are random, although I think there's a set number of battles. So in theory, if you do it enough times, you might find the one that you want eventually, and then you can take it out. But you don't need to do that. If you've got this team, if you've got these levels, if you've made it this far in a hard difficulty playthrough, you can beat this battle. It's not going to be too hard. And if you screw it up, back out and come in again. So there's no penalty for that. So I'm not going to do a step-by-step walkthrough of how you complete the actual battle phase. You can see mine, but again, you might get a different one, and that's not the main problem here. That's not the main difficulty. The difficulty is in assembling the team, so that's what I'm going to talk about while the battle footage plays in the background. So 6 characters at level 5. You are given 2 of them for free. You get Eyvind when you reach the Varl city. I think it's chapter 5. He joins your party. And you get Sigborn just before you want to start to complete this. You get him very close to the end of chapter 6, which is where you're heading to the last city. So between getting him, he'll join your party. He's also at level 5. So Eyvind and Sigborn join your party at level 5 for free. You just get them. So that's 2 of your 6 that you're given. Be nice to Sigborn. I think you get like an extra item or some extra stuff. After you rescue him, he screws something up, he gets drunk or whatever. Be nice. I don't think he can leave the party, or that you can be mean to him and he won't battle with you, but if you're nice to him, you get some extra goodies. So that's 2 of the 6 that you're given. And again, can you avoid them by picking other characters and getting more of them up to level 5? Maybe, but it would be extremely difficult to do so. So you've got those 2 out of the 6. Then I would always recommend Gunnulf be one of your 6. He starts in the Varl caravan, so you can focus on him. He has tons of battles. The renown is much more free-flowing there. You don't have to worry about supplies when you have him in that other caravan early in the game. Get him to chapter 5, and then he joins Rook and those folks in chapter 6 before you get to Sigborn. So he's kind of a freebie because he doesn't take resources from the rest of this human caravan team. So that's 3. We've got Eyvind, Sigborn, and Gunnulf, and we need 3 more. And so you have some options here. You can see the way I did it. I picked Rook and Allette and Oddleif. I went with archers. I liked the setup of having, a Varl or 2 in front for the final battle, right? The hard mode, the biggest hurdle in hard mode is overcoming the final battle. So everything I did was with that in mind, and I wanted to have, 2 beefy Varl up front, and then everybody else was going to be a ranged archer behind them. So that's why I picked this team. But if I was going in again the way that I would do it is only one of Rook and Allette I would pick and take to 5, and not the other for story reasons at the end of the game, which this is an achievement guide and a walkthrough, so I'm not too worried about spoilers, but I'll hold off on that one for now. So one of Rook and Allette goes to level 5. Oddleif is great, she goes to level 5, and then you've got some other options. You could take Iver to level 5, or you could take Egil to level 5 if he's gotten this far in your journey. He has plenty of time chances to die from story reasons. But I like Egil. I kept him alive in one of my other playthroughs, and he was my level 5 that I chose to bring up as well. So Allette, Egil, and Oddleif if I was doing it again, but you have the other options. You can do Allette and Rook and Oddleif. Trigvi is fine, the spear guy that you get from the beginning of your journey. But you need 3 of them to get up to level 5, and then the 3 that you're given, 2 for free and 1 for Gunnulf. That's the team. Equip them with some decent, good items, and then go in and use your knowledge at this point of the battle mechanics. You're almost at the end of the game. You have to understand how these things work at this point, and you'll be able to get through. Wound the enemies, you know, put your tanks up front, hit anybody before they hit you to reduce their max damage. Keep the low-hanging health enemies around rather than executing them, so they take up a turn in the turn order. You know the drill by now. So that's the way that I did this, and then you'll end up with the Master Tactician achievement, and after you complete it, you'll be ready to resume your journey towards Boersgard and towards the final battle in the game. So hopefully this is useful or it helps you guys out. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.